Right, I've put this off as long as possible, but it's now Sunday, about 5 to 11 in the morning, and I think it's time I address the disaster that was yesterday's game. I was listening to North End Pod this morning, and I pretty much agree with everything Daniel said. And I think one thing that particularly got me saying about the flat atmosphere, that comes exclusively. I mean, there would have been other contributing factors as well, but the atmosphere was flat from the first minute because Whiteman flipped the ends round. Can somebody at the club please tell Ben Whiteman, you do not flip the ends? You know, the fans hate it. I mean, traditionally, most, not just us, but most clubs, you attack towards the away fans in the first half and your home fans in the second half so that we can build up the atmosphere, so that we can get the team over the line. But if you flip the ends, you're attacking the wrong way in the second half. We can't get behind. All we're doing in the second half, and all we did yesterday, was scream at the players because they were just passing it sideways across the back. Here, there. Like, come on! You know, yesterday was a really bad day for the weather. The vast majority of us were sat or stood on those terraces completely wet through. And the players, they could have made the afternoon better. They could have played well. They could have done anything other than what they did. And I'm so angry that I'm still really lost for words. They can't play like that and expect us to be okay with it. You know, the stadium was half empty yesterday. I mean, I know FOTMob said the attendance was 16,000, but there's no way. No way. They've basically counted all the season cards. Instead of counting how many have actually scanned in through the turnstiles, in fact, don't even get me started on that because that was a problem in itself. The turnstile's not working again. The scanners you had last season worked perfectly. Why change what works? Ever since Ticketmaster have come in, there's been nothing but issues. Nothing but issues. Everything's going wrong with the club at the moment. Everything. And the problems start at the top. Ridsdale destroyed Leeds, he destroyed Cardiff, and now he's starting to do the same to us. If we're not careful, we're going to go down to League One, and it might not even stop there. We could end up in League Two. And I'm not joking about that. I don't want that to happen. I like being in the Championship. It's a great league. But if something doesn't happen at the top of the club, then we're in big, big trouble. Like, the players are just... second half, yeah, we weren't losing the game, but we weren't winning it either. And all Jack Watmo's doing is passing it sideways across the back. Ledson coming off at half-time was a stupid mistake to make. Ledson was one of the best players on the pitch in the first half. He was the only one with any kind of attacking intent. He was the only midfielder who wanted to pass the ball forwards. I don't even know why Whiteman started. He shouldn't have done. Whiteman should not have started. I mean, you guys know from earlier in the vlog what I wanted the lineup to be. When I saw that Whiteman was starting, I was like, well, that's it. We've had it. We were lucky to get a point from the game, to be honest. And people around me were saying, well, Derby are a League One side because they came up last season and they're taking us down to their level. But to be honest, there was nothing in it. I mean, both teams, it was just a boring, drab game of football. It's not what you want to see. Like, we're playing at home. At home, we're supposed to play attacking football. Like, what? Why are the players passing it across the back in the second half when we're playing the wrong way round? No wonder all the fans were getting on the players' backs because... And you could hear the frustration building with every time the ball came backwards and just went across the back. Just the anger, you could hear the anger across the town end. And even it was starting to filter into the other stands as well. Like, you just can't do that. Now, for me now, we play Stoke away on Tuesday, and I think there needs to be wholesale changes. Like, just, you know what? At this point, I'd even say, drop the entire first team and put all the players that were on the bench. Give them a chance. Like, I mean, at this point, it can't get any worse, can it? Like, just give the other players a chance. Like, do you know what? I had this realisation yesterday afternoon. And I can't believe I'm actually saying this. because I've never been his biggest fan, but I've got to give him credit for the improvement he had this season before he got injured. Robbie Brady. Since Brady got injured, I don't think we've won a single fucking game of football. I don't think we have. Because Brady got injured, and we all thought, okay, we then played Arsenal, Ockles came in and did really well. So we thought, this is great. Brady's injured, but Ockles is going to come in and take his chance, and he's going to play well. What happens? Kessler Hayden is moved from the right onto the left, which he does not play nearly as well on the left as he does on the right. Potts is put back on the right, and oh look, we haven't won since. We've drawn a couple of games, we've lost the rest of them. We are outside the relegation zone by a mere scrap of a point. And if we'd lost yesterday, we'd have been right in there. We are in trouble, and I wish people at the club would see that. We're in trouble. Now, I know you can't help injuries, and I know that the injury to Brady came at a really bad time. But Kane Kessler-Hayden needs to play on the right. Playing him on the left isn't working. He needs to play on the right. And people having a go at Emil Rees. I'm sorry, but you cannot have a go at Emil Rees while he is not getting any service. Because the ball has just been passed across the back or passed to midfield and then they're passing it backwards. You can't have a go at the strikers if the midfield aren't doing their fucking job. Play the ball forwards. Like, pass and move, pass and move. You know, there was probably like 3 players on the pitch yesterday who I could say were actually giving it a go. Sam Greenwood, Ali McCann, just battling as always, and Kane Kessler-Hayden. Those were the only 3 players that actually seemed to want to pass the ball forward and move for the ball and run for the ball. So, for me, next game, those 3 start, everybody else dropped. The lot of them. I'd bring Ledson back in because Ledson shouldn't have been subbed at half-time. Whiteman should. He should have, if he wanted to make that change. I was pleased we had 2 strikers in the second half, but again, they got no service, so what can they do? Both the strikers were obsolete because they just weren't getting the service. And it is not good enough. You know, there's a reason that the stadium's going to get emptier. Like, even season ticket holders aren't going to go on anymore. Because what's being served up is just ridiculous. Like, try something new, for God's sake. Like, you've got Kean Best, one of our best young players to come out of the academy recently. He's not getting a chance. Ockles, signed for supposedly 1.7 million. Not getting a chance. We've got to do something. We have got to do something, but we cannot carry on like that. I mean, there's a lot of people suggesting that we're going to get stuffed by Stoke on Tuesday. And then West Brom next Saturday at Deepdale, you know, they're up there in the playoffs. And they started the season extremely well. And to be honest, West Brom are my dark horse pick for this season. So, I actually can't see us getting anything from these next 2 games. And I wish I didn't have to say that. But it's just not good enough. Like, there was just no urgency yesterday. Like, if you're not winning the game, you've got to have the urgency to go and get the game. Like, when Heckingbottom first came in, we looked a completely different side and we were playing so much better. But now the players have slipped back into their terrible old habits of sideways and backwards passing. And Kane Kessler-Hayden needs to go back onto the right. I don't care. Brad Potts needs to be dropped. Put Kane Kessler-Hayden back on the right. Either put Best or Ockles on the left. Or what I'd be tempted to do is... well, like I said at the start of the game, I want 4 at the back. If you play 4 at the back, I think that's the best, because now Lindsay's obviously going to be out for a little while. We don't know how long yet. I think you have to play 4 at the back, and because I think drop Hughes as well. Although Hughes did provide the assist for the goal yesterday, so can't necessarily say anything to that. If you're going to play 3 at the back, you're going to have to put Hughes on the left. And then, which actually I think is where he played yesterday, yeah, it is. Yeah. But even so, Kane Kessler-Hayden shouldn't be playing on the left. Kane Kessler-Hayden needs to play on the right. And then either put Best in. Best has played wing back before, so Kean Best could do a job there. I know he could. But it's just so frustrating. It was just a miserable, miserable day. Completely wet through. Freezing cold, and obviously, of course, as the temperature started to drop as it went dark, it just got even colder. Like, if the football had been exciting and we'd have won the game, yes, still would have been soaking wet, but it would have felt a little bit better. But that was just awful. Absolutely awful. something needs to be done at the club, or we are staring down the barrel of relegation and possibly a double relegation, because if we go down, we lose. I think, I mean, I don't even want to think about it, to be honest, but we will be in trouble. I mean, half the squad are out of contract in the summer. At this point, for me, I'd maybe keep Reese, keep Ledson, get rid of the rest, sell Whiteman. The club needs to go in a different direction. The squad needs an overhaul. The trouble is Heckingbottom's working with loads of players. He hasn't got his own players in, apart from arguably Josh Bowler, who we've not even seen really. So, yeah, 1-1, but we deserve to lose, and yeah, it's just not good. You know, as football fans, you want to be entertained, but that was just awful. A woeful performance. Possibly even as bad as Sheffield United at the start of the season. And that's saying something. And on that note, I think it's high time I stopped rabbiting on, because I've said it all before, but I needed to have that rant because, yeah, but I think it's high time I got this vlog edited and uploaded, so, yeah. So the next vlog will be West Brom next Saturday, hopefully. Maybe? But I don't think we can. Unless the team is massively changed and gives some other players a chance, I don't think. I mean, I'd even get some of the academy players in at this point. Just completely change it, please. Right, that's it. I'm off. I need to go and do something else so that I don't well on about this game too long, because it's just getting me angry again. And I've had a nice relaxing morning so far, and thinking about North End's winding me up again. So, right, okay, here we go. If you enjoyed the video, drop us a like, drop us a sub. Follow me on socials, X, Instagram, @ThisisNeats. And all that's left to say is thank you very much for watching, and I'll see you all next time.